On my way.
Was it elemental?
That's kind of one.
Yes, your elemental will get its turns
right,
as well.
Right. He will hit the ghast as well.
Okay.
Does he get the escalation thing as well?
No, he wouldn't unless you
summons
used
do.
a quick action to direct him, and you didn't. Those, one of them is a hit.
Alright, 9 damage.
Okay. Now, Leon's turn.
Leon would like to move to here.
Okay. You could just squeeze past.
You know, they're moving around. I'm just slipping past between the blows. Maybe getting scraped on the way through, but let's chaos bolt that.
All right.
1 + 4 plus we've got an escalation dice of 1.
Mm-hmm.
That is 26 versus its physical defense.
That hits physical defense, yes.
Oh, that delicious +4.
That is 24 points of something damage.
That manages to finish it off.
24 points of cold damage.
And as it is dead, you will not take damage if you successfully save against your vulnerability.
Also, all nearby staggered enemies, 1 takes 2 points of cold damage.
Okay.
As a recoil from that.
Alright.
And I will roll my save.
Okay.
I also just remember this door is locked.
Locked, yeah.
Yes.
I thought you had something to...
Thomas, it's your turn.
Let's try that again. Come on. This is your time to shine, Thomas. No.
2 damage.
Axe is like super into it.
Not quite.
No.
And you can make a save against your vulnerability now. That fails. You are still vulnerable. Dwohurim.
The axe is
Right,
like,
yeah.
but this is not a demon.
You got this, Thomas, so you know.
Yeah.
I guess I should just blow the last daily. Because why the hell not, right?
Watch the real boss
I
appear
don't think
after
you should,
this.
actually.
No, I'll use a ray of frost then.
Chill out.
We have a 5 + 2 is 7. That is an 8 to hit. That's a miss.
That is definitely a miss.
Over here.
Escalation die goes to 2. Let's see here.
It's maximum damage though.
The ghast is intelligent enough to realize these are dark times. No, the ghast does not move. Put him back there. But, this ghast is still pretty committed to the idea of getting a final bite before he goes. He'll try one more time on a paralyzing bite against Thomas. That will be a miss.
He bites the shield.
And then that's 5 points of ongoing, was that right?
Yeah.
That'll be enough to finish off the ghast.
Right, sweet.
See, all the timings aligned perfectly.
Combat
Sure did.
is over, with the smoke rising as the fires rage on the
Dwohurim,
desks
can you
and
put out these fires?
Oh, I put out fires.
You have cold.
Yeah, I do have coal. I guess I could shoot coal at it.
Sure, you can shoot rays of frost.
Copious
at it.
amounts of...
Because I have a 25% chance if I try to set it on fire again.
Why don't you give me an intelligence-based skill check using your magical background, Manaki,
Why don't I?
to properly control these rays of frost?
Yes, no, that is not very well.
So is
What?
this failing forward?
What the fire ended up not destroying, the ray of frost took care of the rest. Obliterating anything, any sort of, scrap of paper, note. Just obliterating it in a fierce display of wizardly might. Except for one note, which manages to hang a bit over that empty chest. And it's actually pinned into the cracks between the stone with a dagger. And on that note, there is a entry which I will now copy and paste into the chat for you. And Dwohurim, you may read that aloud for me, please.
Looks like I win again, heroes. Perhaps you'd like another go? You know where to find me. Whispering Ravager.
What?
Was he behind all this?
Seems so.
So, is he in league with the Lich King or some other necromancers then?
It doesn't make sense to me.
No, it really doesn't, but apparently he is.
Let's see if there's anything left behind in here.
Yes.
Yes.
Toss the tables and such.
Fargus will also stomp on the skull a bit to make sure it doesn't come back.
It does not. You find a number of books, basically detailing of the finer nuances of necromancy.
I mean, those could have been burned.
Yeah. You also find, similar to what you found in the tower, you find 2 sets of ritual components, each of which provides a +2 bonus to the skill check.
Yeah, sadly we can't take him.
Yeah, we said we wouldn't take anything.
But we can burn those books.
Furthermore, you find a 1 set of ritual components, which provides a whopping +4 bonus to a ritual skill check.
Wonderful, but...
Wouldn't it be a shame if that had burnt as well?
Yes, they have not burned. They're sitting on these tables, which have not been touched by fire.
I guess they did burn, though.
Yeah, what a shame.
We could just set them on fire now,
I mean, yeah, I guess they did burn, you know, those things there, yeah.
There is also this pool of reddish liquid, which, even to Thomas, emits a very powerful magical aura.
Of necromancy?
No, this is not necromantic energy.
Oh, alright.
Is this the same red stuff dripping on Victor?
You rolled a 25 with that. No, it's similar in nature. You can go ahead and make another intelligence-based skill check using a magical background.
Okay.
Can I do that as well?
Sure.
I would like to do that.
I've had enough of my good rolls. Down to the edge.
I would like to do that as well.
Man.
Yeah.
No,
After
Malachi,
hitting everything with that force salvo, like,
you're not allowed any You're not allowed to
things
do
are
any
coming
skill checks.
back to...
You're still too euphoric from unleashing all that magical power.
Well, Dwohurim will readily admit that his entire perception of magical, auras is currently askew right now, what with everything here in the crypt. As for Leon and then Fargus, the liquid appears to be similar to a potion in that you would imbibe it, presumably to gain a benefit. The problem is that and you would very well know this, there's not a test you can perform to see what sort of effect this would grant. You would actually have to drink it.
Oh.
So, Thomas?
No.
Cube?
It looks
You
like kind of
can't drink.
liquid meat. No.
We put the cube in the pool.
That wouldn't do anything.
By the way, so I guess I grabbed those ritual components.
Sure.
Well,
Because, you know, they burned, obviously.
Maybe I grabbed some of the ashes. I mean, I can do rituals as well.
I can give it to you when we need to.
Watch one day we're gonna need a ritual and you're not around. It's like, oh.
How much of this liquid is there? Is there a huge amount? Is it?
It's a small pool. You're not exactly sure of, how much, each person would need to drink in order to gain an effect for it, though. So, you could fit it all into, let's say, 2 water skins.
No, I see. Mm.
So, unknown meat textured liquid.
It's not meat texture, it's a reddish liquid.
Alright.
Meat liquid?
Thick galoppy.
And it has a powerful magical effect associated with it, though, but this is out of Fargus's league beyond, he can't test this specifically. You would need, a trained alchemist perform, dedicated research, and even then, that'd basically be you taste test to see what it does.
Could
we should have kept those 2 bandits.
Yeah, we
You
should
have that guy strapped up.
No.
If I weren't a druid, I would force feed it to a rat or something.
Would like go there and like strap his straps in again? Like,
Well, the point is that had a mental effect on the rat. You wouldn't know what it was.
no, I don't know what it is. I don't
But
wanna
I
touch
would
it.
see that it's not deadly.
No, it does not appear to be emanating negative energy at all. It's powerful magic, but doesn't appear to be the sort that would kill you just by touching it.
Alright.
So maybe one of you could find out what it might be by just looking around, looking at the instruments and
Sorry, they
ingredients.
So,
Well, there
so
might
do
be
we burn
some
the
left.
books here. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't.
Sure.
There want necromancy books around.
Well, attempting to look through that for due research would go beyond the scope of you just standing here for a few minutes, unless you'd like to be down here for a while, actually reading through these.
I don't know.
Oh,
we have
then
that.
I always want to think maybe we should get rid of them. I don't think they're doing any good for the world. Yeah,
How would you know if you haven't read them?
I suppose.
Yeah,
I
the
guess
books-
we could
the books
begin
on,
studying
necromancy
necromancy, but I
stuff.
don't like undead generally.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like
we had a pretty
getting
bad experience right now.
teased by the Whispering Ravager. I want to know what this is. I want to know what he did, why he did it.
Sure, but I mean, he obviously burned everything he cared about. So,
Well, you might
Yeah,
have missed something.
let's burn the books on necromancy.
Alright.
yeah, that's up to you.
You want to, like, pile the books in, like, a separate corner and, like, set them on
I'll
fire?
just
Throw
I'll
them
just
on the
throw
other
the-
pile,
throw them,
right?
yeah, I'll throw them on the chest and
Alright, yeah, that'll
throw a
work, too.
flame spear on them.
Yes. Yes.
Sure, well, then burn the evidence.
There wasn't enough fire to begin with. Now there is most assuredly fire, especially after that effective ray of frost cooled down everything.
You know, I tried to stop the fire, and that's what we'll tell her, but sadly, it was not enough.
Also,
We will, however, take the ghoul. Let's gassed, I should say.
Yes.
Do we want to hold that out as evidence? I think that's a
Maybe
good
its
idea.
head.
If they want
It's kind of
evidence,
big.
they can go in here and look.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sure.
Gotta go help this guy.
Yeah. Is he
He's
still
still
there?
okay? Is he like?
He's gone.
You know, that's an important note to make, Dwohurim. He's not there.
Is there like a blood trail?
There is no blood trail.
Motherfucker.
Well, there's only one exit, so clearly he just left. Right?
Hopefully.
Right. Herm looks around for invisible things.
You can certainly do the same check that you did before to examine the room for invisible things.
Fargus will try to look for tracks.
Does there appear to be any?
There do not appear to be any invisible things, no, but there's still quite a bit of smoke in the air.
Fucker.
Track-wise, now that's a curious note to make. As you look at the table, and that there are what seems to be two sets of prints, which you don't think is from any of your traveling companions. They would be from him. And then there's just those two.
So he like stood up and then there's nothing.
Yes, like he stood up and then he no longer touched the ground anywhere else.
Is there anything on the roof or the walls?
You can certainly look at the roof and walls. It doesn't look like there's any... Like, there's no oozes waiting up there. There's no, like, spider waiting to pounce on you.
No.
There's no tracks up there.
Just checking here.
there's no undead dryness.
Yeah. Let's check this room.
Sure, you can look in there. The cold storage room looks just as empty.
Alright, let's leave this place then. Checking these storage rooms again.
Yeah. Just as we go out, just checking all these doors to see if
I don't want
have
to check
been
all the
opened.
doors. That takes too long.
We just walk past them. You can see if the doors.
Well-
This is the important
Yeah,
place because
that's
these
what I
doors are
meant.
locked.
Just look
right?
at all of them as we leave.
Sure, they are locked as you leave, yes. You speak the
It's
passphrase again, and are able to exit without further
Where's
incident.
Thomas?
I can't drag it
Standing
open.
over
so-
there,
Thought he was with you.
contemplating his life.
I actually don't know where Thomas is.
He's still back in the room there.
He wanted to wait.
Yeah.
So
he's
what do
on-
we do about that? I mean, that guy disappeared.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
And do we want to just leave the machinery there? It was
didn't
still there,
seem to
right?
be-
Yeah, it was still
didn't seem to be
there.
recording.
It was still there, dripping slowly onto the table.
Well,
Mis-
we'll ask the lady about it.
Machinery wasn't innately necromancy, so it's like
Yeah,
Yeah, right, but the guy disappeared.
sure.
So, why we're leaving? Thomas
Well,
has
we
an
were going
idea.
to go check and see if everyone was
if you have
here.
an idea, what? Give us your idea.
Check these
Well,
rooms, side rooms as well.
First of all, to have left the note here that the Whispering Ravager gave us that he won, he must have gotten in here somehow.
You're thinking a secret passageway.
Yes.
I
We
would
can
have
certainly
searched
check
one,
for
but
that.
Leon's not very good at searching for them, so it's like.
I mean, since we're considering it, it must be logically. It must be back in this room then, right?
Yes.
Because he didn't pass this area. I don't think we had like our Druid
It's-
guide.
I would think either in this room or in this room.
Yeah.
So
I
Fargus will
guess
start.
begin to search around.
Fargus will start looking at this wall over here.
All right. I will obviate the need for rolls, but it will take some time as a result, with you folks having some idea of what you're looking for. Some 20 minutes later, you manage to catch a pressure plate that's located sort of like at shoulder height near one of the braziers. Pressing it causes the wall basically to push outward, revealing a secret passage, which is a narrow, winding staircase.
Right.
Up or down?
Goes
This
up.
leads to the manor that's too close to the ocean. You know, we go up there again. And he's like, "Hello, we're welcome back." And we're like,
That's not how stats work.
Oh,
"Glad you spent all your resources again."
I still have one day.
Not all of them.
So do we follow it?
Yes, we do.
Let's
All
check
right.
it out. Sure.
Sure.
She said there was no.
I mean,
secret
just
passage.
the last time we've like we could leave now, get our money. Be like, yeah,
We-
all right,
We at least have to check it out.
all right, sure, let's go.
I would be fine with just taking the money and leaving if it weren't for that note of the Whispering Ravager just going ha ha ha
I mean,
in that exact tone of voice.
all right, let's follow it then.
All right. The staircase, the narrow winding staircase, goes up for a few minutes, and you find yourselves, and you can copy your tokens and put them back in Foghaven. You find yourselves outside, actually, coming out of what appears to be a gazebo on the Melchors estate.
But it was not the only way in.
No, that means that undead might have gotten in or gotten out from here.
Unlikely, I think.
Why?
I mean, gas got in there somehow. Somebody made those undead, right? They don't just appear spontaneously out of thin air.
No, they don't.
I don't think a ghast at the skull could do like alchemy and
I'm
Machines.
guessing.
Yeah,
That,
I'm thinking. I'm not thinking the undead went in there though. Yeah, I'm thinking someone went in there and created them.
maybe.
Why would the Ravager want to deal with
I'm
undead?
I'm guessing that Meiji type fellow at the huge mansion is responsible for this. He seemed rather like the necromancer type.
Well, I guess we'll go out. There's no real chance of catching one here, because it could be anywhere.
Fargus
Yeah,
will look for
Should we-
tracks here as well.
Sure.
I
you can-
totally know what the red liquid is now. It's anti-druid liquid.
Oh, then we need it.
So, did you folks end up taking the liquid with you whenever you left?
I
Or
think
you left
so.
it in there? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No.
We never said
No.
so.
Oh, all right. I didn't.
I mean, technically, we still need to go to Miss Melchor and say about it. So we could always go back and grab it.
All right. Well, there's certainly been quite a large amount of foot traffic around the gazebo. This is apparently a well-visited locale. And there's all sorts of indentations in the grass, child-size prints and human size.
Alright, but none that are not very, very recent. Or
No, you don't think so. Within the day, yes, but not within, the last hour.
I see. So this gazebo, how where is it located? Like in the middle of a garden, or like outside the manor somewhere?
In the middle of a garden, located within the walls of the manor.
Yeah, so you don't really sneak in here.
Are there guards around?
There's some off in the distance. However, no one's noticed you.
That's true.
If we can be here unnoticed,
And having a conversation about
everyone
it.
else can too.
I'll check the near vicinity for
someone
people.
would have to have enter the manor to come down into the crypt.
No, it's definitely outside the actual building, but it's within the walls.
Yeah, then someone would have to have climbed the wall, which is... Yeah.
You would have to be pretty sneaky.
It's a meter high wall of stone
Oh.
topped by an extra meter of white picket fence. It's as tall as you are.
Yeah, not that... Yeah, difficult to get over then.
The point is you just need to be quiet about it. Well, while we're here, we might as well collect our reward from Miss... I don't remember her name now.
Bree.
Miss Bree.
Sure, let's go to Miss Bree.
Yep.
All right.
No.
You do end up catching like alarmed attention from the guards who fucking did not expect you to be in this section of Melchor Estate at all.
Miss Bree!
And
Sorry, we got lost again.
and rather quickly, they will end up leading you inside, back to the sunroom, where a slightly calmer Bree Melchor is. Is it over? Is it done?
Yes.
The undead are gone.
Quite a few of them, though.
As you can see, gestures to Thomas's wounds.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so
Gas,
much for
some
checking
sort
on
of
this for me.
flying skull on fire. Zombies, skeletons.
Was there any indication of who could have, like... There's only one way... Like, you need a key to get
There are
through
two
there.
ways in.
Yes, there are multiple ways to get in.
What?
You have a gazebo in your garden, correct?
We
It
have...
leads directly to the back of the crypt. Seems like quite a lot of people have been going in there.
Would you like us to show you?
We found a laboratory in there, but everything was burning when we arrived. We might not have been quite enough fighting all the undead to stop them from escaping. Whoever has been in there.
Yes, could you show me?
Of course.
Leon, try to remember the best way around the manor. We'll show back to the passage we went through.
Yes, all of the guards end up following as an entourage. It's like you fucking like Bree back to the gazebo.
Is there that guard from the beginning who helped us in, who's like, oh god, oh god?
No, he's not there.
Damn it!
He's at the front door. You guys go through a side door.
Say hi later.
Yeah, you make it back to the gazebo. You show her the fucking, like, the narrow spiraling staircase. She asks you to follow her as she walks down there.
Go down there, like smoke barreling up, probably.
Yes, there very much is. And she blinks in a confused stupor. What? Huh. Well, you...
This was not in the blueprints?
Well, this entire estate has been remodeled numerous times. I am certainly not privy to all of that information, she says, slightly clenching her jaw. There is only one person who would know everything that goes on at this estate.
Besides, we found something resembling the guard that disappeared, I think. However, 3 weeks ago there was a guard who disappeared in here.
Yes,
Victor.
Victor,
Yes,
yes.
we found someone
Claiming
saying they were him, heavily wounded, damaged, clearly kept alive by sort of shows the machinery.
However, by the time we finished our final combat, he was nowhere to be found.
Vanished into thin air.
But he was heavily wounded, you just said. Like,
Yes,
and
clearly
there
it was
was
some
no-
sort of illusion, or someone else disguising themselves as him.
Or somebody's cat moved them away quickly.
There was no tracks of him at all.
Flying. teleportation, some sort of effect like that. It is what made us sure that there would be a secret passage.
She lifts her hands to her temples.
With such powers, they could be literally anyone.
I have learned quite a number of things today. Well, you four are certainly very much entitled to your 500 gold pieces. I thank you for your discreet service. I will take you back inside where I have the money. And, she will actually, like, rather than going back up the staircase, she'll, like, walk to the front of the crypt. And walk out that way, closing the door behind her.
Guards, follow us on!
The guards didn't follow
That's
you
all
down the
waiting by the
staircase.
gazebo.
Yeah, they're waiting by the gazebo.
Just standing out there.
Yes.
So when should we go down and check? I don't know how often they're there.
Haven't been back in half an hour. They must have killed her.
So, Bree will send a runner out there whenever you folks make it back to the ground floor, and she will lead you off into one of the various rooms. There's quite a number here within this mansion where she will pay you folks 500 gold pieces, as promised.
Delicious money.
Each, I assume.
No, not each.
Point is, everyone add 100 to their account.
I mean, at this point, you might as well add the 125, right? You folks did this all by yourselves. It's up to you on how you want to split your money.
I think he should owe us money after this.
We're carrying
So
him around
everyone
after all.
just add 170 gold pieces.
Currently, I've got 140 in the pot that we owe to him. Oh, quote.
Just, we can just begin leaving the pot there and decide what to do with it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah.
fund.
Yes,
I
well,
mean, I don't have an immediate need for money, but if we need one, we can always take his.
yes, well, I think that squares our accounts quite nicely. Once again, I thank you for your discreet and rather effective handling, I must say, even though Senator Cabot delayed a bit in helping to fulfill my request. She was very helpful all the same.
If I
She
may,
has been. There have been quite a few troubles of this city that we've been trying to deal with. It certainly isn't easy at the moment. There seems to be a lot of meddling from different influential parties.
Yes, the Senate, they chafe against my presence as well. I am not quite that welcomed. Some, I'm sure, even suspect that the matron is dead.
if I may, Miss Cabot.
Yes.
She has apparently been removed from her home earlier by the town guard.
She lifts an eyebrow. Is it Carmilla Cabot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Removed from her home by the guard?
What was the guard's name? Looks to Thomas.
It was a person by the name of Salvatore Crane.
She crinkles her nose in disgust.
Spoke apparently with the full power of the Senate to do such a thing.
I hadn't heard anything about that. And from the other end of the room, you hear a far older and more mature voice saying, "Of course you haven't, my dear. For you are not a senator. I am." Behind you, a very graceful and very beautiful woman, clad in an absolutely decadent dress, with a rather elaborate hairstyle, sort of packed in like that beehive type thing, blonde curls flowing off of her face. This is actually a effect where I'm going to ask Dark and Asthma Man, could you roll a d6 for me, please?
Sure.
Okay. let's see, a very young and but noticeably powerful woman. You can feel an aura of great magical energy emanating from her body. And Bree noticeably takes a step back and says, "Matron, I thought you were resting." "You thought? Yes." "Who are these for?" Sweeping a hand. "They are... Yes, they cleared the crypt." She frowns. And Ursilia glides across the floor a bit closer. "You have invited outsiders into the estate, I see, to handle family problems. No, do not speak. You have shown your colors. Remain silent." She casts a aristocratic look towards you four. "Yes, Carmilla Cabot has been found wanting, and she is presumed guilty for not just causing the mob revolt which resulted in the loss of 4 precious lives, but being such an inept leader ever since she moved here that she has broken down this entire town into ruin. Whenever the High Druid shows up with her armies, when they wither our crops and cause the animals to abandon us, by then it will be too late. Her incompetence had to be resolved, and so I and the Senate moved to act against her, as it should be."
Senator, if I may ask, I'm not a politician, of course, but as far as I'm aware, there are 8 people on the council.
7.
7 now, I suppose.
7 total.
There's always been 7.
Okay, 7. Sure, 7.